What is up, best ones worldwide? It's the best one, Donnie here, back with a brand new video. The first video of 2024. I'm going to be giving you guys a room tour of Best One Studios. You're going to get to see my entire collection. But before we do that, if you're not a Best One yet already, and you're into wrestling figures, Funko Pops, Nickelodeon, late 90s, early 2000s, or basketball, and you want to watch me rebuild my collection, recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications, because of course you already know the grind is real. So before I show you guys all the awesome things in my collection, my entire studio room tour of my full collection, I do want to, start off by thanking all you guys for 800 subscribers. I know I wanted to get the channel to 1,000 by the end of the year, but that's alright because this year the goal is 10,000 subs, and I think we can do it because we grew this channel very fast. And secondly, this video was supposed to come out January 1st, but if you have a big collection, you know how hard it is to, keep it clean, keep it organized. And I'm very happy with, the way I got everything all set up. And with that being said, let's show you my collection and my studio. What is up, best one? So let's get the tour started. Obviously my studio is in the basement, so when I open the door, this is the view right here. Look at that. Got a bunch of figures, coming down the walkway here. I'm going to show you all of it in this video. So we're going to close the door here, and we're going to start off with this wall full of AEW unrivaled, unmatched figures, because my collection, I do, collect AEW figures in the packages, mint on card. So, starting things off, we do have that Thunder Rosa, we got Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. I do miss me some Jurassic Express. Then we got Cody in the suit, one of the Cody figures I surprisingly don't have signed. Hangman Adam Page, another Hangman. And then coming down here, we got MJF the GOAT. We got Mr. Brody Lee. And we got John Moxley. And then over here, another very underrated tag team. We got the Blade. We got the Butcher. And we even have Dustin Rhodes, which that figure got signed. Shout out to my buddy Cam for that. And let me not forget these. We do have Eddie Kingston, Jake Hager, and Miro. And then also down here, we do have Sting and Darby Allin from the latest set. And then over here, we got the Best Friends, we got Chuck, we got Trent, and we got Orange Cassidy with the signature. So happy I was able to get that signed. And then we have Santana, we got Ortiz, I do miss them as a tag team. Darby Allin, which this one I feel like is such an underrated figure. Coming down here, Rey Fenix, Penta, which that is signed. I might have to get a paint marker to redo that. And we got Pac right here. Apologize for the light that's, above here, reflecting on it. I definitely need to get better lighting. Then we do have Private Party, one of my favorite tag teams. I got to watch them grow in the indies. Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn. And another Hangman Adam Page. And then, of course, we do have the Young Bucks here. We got the Laker colors and the Street Fighters, which these are GameStop exclusives here, which are pretty cool. And then coming down, we do have a Walmart MJF. And then we do have, the Blood and Guts match here. We do have the whole set. We have Sammy Guevara. We got Santana, Ortiz, Jake Hager. And then you come down here, we got Dax Hardwood, we got MJF, we got Cash, we got Jericho, and then down here, we got, of course, the last two, Shawn Spears and Wardlow. So guys, this right here on this wall is my AEW collection here, and I really like the way that this came out. Definitely have more room for more figures because hopefully we do get more from Jazzware. But definitely a really cool collection here. I try to keep all these mints on card, and I do try to get as many of them as signed as I can. But that's pretty cool. But now let's go to this wall here. And starting things off, we do have, you know, some 8x10 stuff here. Picture of me when I was younger with Teddy Long.
Hey, what's up, players? WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and you are listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast. And if you don't listen to it, then it's one-on-one with The Undertaker.
When I met Kenny Omega back at Northeast Wrestling 2018, me and Christian Cage, the Father of the Year, me and my father back in 2009, with the ECW Championship, me and MJF. That was such a cool moment. And then there's me and Cody right there. Me and Charlotte. That was at the big event in New York. And then we got I got my big autograph from Ric Flair back in 2015 when I met him. Me and Chris Jericho. And I do have this little postcard right there from the Wrestling Classic 3 because I was a vendor. That was my first time being a vendor at, you know, a wrestling convention for, you know, my channel We Are Wrestling. Then I do have this really rare Yokozuna signature here, which I really like. Me and Orange Cassidy. Me and Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso, you know, from Cobra Kai, Karate Kid. There's a picture of Mickie James when I met her. Nice little New York Pettit. There's the light switch with the We Are Wrestling sticker. And we got a cool DDP Yoga disc hung up. A Rene Dupree autograph. And we even have, you know, a Mandy Rose autograph as well. And of course, you know, we did meet at, you know, Rhode Island Comic-Con. We did meet the voice actor of Squidward on SpongeBob. So I do have that hung up, which is very odd with all my wrestling stuff, but I had no other spot to put it. There's a nice autograph from Sabu. I got it Blitzkrieg Pro back in 2018. And then we're going to go over to here now on the wall, which this here, ooh, we're going to save that in a second here. But up here we do have a WWE 2K18 plaque for John Cena signed, which I thought was, you know, a really cool item at the time. And then right here I do have a very old WWF sign. This is actually from my childhood collection. I have The Rock Just Bring It signed, which is so cool. And then the Legacy signature John Cena, my pennant from when I was a kid. We got the Bootios here, the Bootio cereal. I remember getting that on Black Friday 2016. And then I got my WWE Elite 103 Stardust figure signed, autographed. Looking really good there. So then we do have, you know, some autographed figures here. We have a Kurt Angle signature here. From Series 59, we got Elite 82, Jerry the King Lawler. We have a Hall of Champions exclusive, Rikishi. We have the Narcissist Lex Luger, Kurt Hawkins, Elite 100 John Cena and The Rock. Coming down, we got Mandy Rose and her other, you know, Elite figure as well, which I'm kind of mad she did sign it as Mandy Sachs. Wish she, you know, signed it as Mandy Rose, but it is what it is. And then there's me and Tony Khan, me and that wrestling mark. And I do have Rhea Ripley signed, which is JSA approved. Which is kind of cool, and I'm getting sick of this friggin' light, guys. I need to find a new light. So now, time to show you guys some of the TNA stuff I do have here in my collection here. Pretty cool. So I got this, you know, plaque back in, like, Christmas of, like, 2012, 2013. And this is around the time where TNA... they were, you know, really exploring, doing, you know, some of, like, the tournament stuff, which they were, like, all competing for a shot at Bound for Glory for the championship, which, you know, later James Storm would win, and then Bobby Roode would turn heel. But there it is there. Pretty cool poster, which I'm still happy I still have this in my collection all these years later. And then, you know, going up here now, I got... Across the Line 2-pack, AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, signatures. This was, you know, a thing they did back in the day at the TNA live shows. And some non-TNA stuff. We do have a Brawlin' Wrestling buddy, Darby Allin. Still waiting for MJF to come out. And then we go up here, we got Lionheart, Jericho, and Owen Hart, 2 Luminaire figures. But now getting back into TNA, which we do have the Legends of the Ring, AJ Styles, 1 of 3,000. Got that at the Wrestling Universe store. Pretty cool. And I'm surprised I still have this in the package. We have the Sting signatured. This was, I believe, a Shop TNA exclusive at the time. Such a great figure. It's Joker Sting. Still really happy to have this. And then over here, we do have a couple Deluxe Impact knockouts. We have Gail Kim, Angelina Loves, and Tessmacher. Plus, we have a 10-year coin. And we have Jeff Hardy glow in the dark, just chilling right there. And one of the coolest things that I did have to switch the frame out because I ended up breaking it, fell off my wall. But honestly, I'm so happy I fixed it. We have the 7-year Impact history. This was a Slammiversary exclusive. I believe there's only like 200 of these made at its time, and it's everybody, you know, backstage, you know, some of the wrestlers in the ring. And the cool part here is it's got all the wrestlers, signatures all here at the bottom. Just looks so freaking nice. And yeah, I'm really hoping to, you know, continue to expand. I really want to fill out the gaps here. And then I do have a couple things here on the stairs, nothing crazy. These are literally the only micro brawlers I have, which literally last minute finding the spot. I do think that now I might have to start collecting some of these and honestly fill up these gaps with them, which I think would look so cool. And then I decided to hang up the Dugleys here. Might put some more Blu-rays here. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. And then we do got some Funko Pops. These are some of my 2-pack ones. We have Young Bucks, Undertaker, Paul Bearer, DX, and the NWO. Pretty cool. And then we come down here now to the Wolf Pack. And this is one of my favorite, you know, things in my collection. We have the Wolfpack Ringside Collectibles exclusive Sting, signed in a red paint marker. Probably one of my most expensive, you know, figures in the collection. Then we do have the Macho Man. Ooh, yeah. And then we got ourselves some Kevin Nash here, signed as well. And we even have, you know, Scott Hall, which I can't wait to get some updated ones. And the Hollywood Hulk Hogan in the Wolfpack colors. Pretty damn sweet. And then over here, we do have the ECW mini belt here. Got that when I was a kid. MVP pennant. And we also do have a Shook Crew. We do have a Shook Crew headband hanging. Gotta support my boy Bryce Donovan. Hashtag Sport Indie Wrestling. I also got my 3-point championship medal here because I did play basketball back in the day and I won this, you know, after the season in a 3-point contest. Pretty cool. And then I do have, you know, Stone Cold right there, and I have my trash can. Pretty cool. But now, guys, let's turn around and let's check out the room. Starting things off here, we do have 3 Funko Pops. These ones are all signed. Sergeant Slaughter, Jerry the King Lawler, and the Chase $1 Million Man. Pretty cool. Up here, I got a Daniel Bryan puck at a Springfield Thunderbirds game signed. And then we come down here. I got my Undertaker autograph here from the Dead Man show I went to. Survivor Series 2022. This is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Absolutely loved every second of it. Then we do have the Blue Blazer here. Owen Hart, one of my favorites of all time. And we do have a calendar here as well. Just, you know, just to have. This was a picture I took back in 2004 at a WWE live event in Springfield. I think eventually I'm going to put more pictures and just line them up through here because a lot of this room, there's ductwork everywhere because we're in a basement. And I want to take advantage of it and do some unique stuff. and really take advantage of all the space that I do have here provided. But now, yeah, let's show you guys the shelves. Pretty cool. And we're going to start up here. I got a couple really cool things. I got another Puck. Got a Pac-Man Funkos. Just some random miscellaneous stuff. But up here is where I got my Blood and Guts figures. We have the MJF CM Punk, Wheeler Yuta, Britt Baker, which that right there, the red paint marker looks so good. Then we do have Cody and Dustin. I also do have a Chase Thunder Rosa loose I found in the wild during a random toy hunt in New York. Blood and Guts Thunder Rosa, and John Moxley, Kenny Omega 2-pack, the explosive barbed wire death match. Such a great figure. And then for now, I did put my NXT replica championship that's signed by Karrion Kross, Adam Cole, Johnny Wrestling, and Aleister Black. So I do have that right up there for now, even though we are going to be probably moving it eventually for more Blood and Guts figures. And then over here, I do have the Devil Mask, just picked that up. And then right here with the ductwork, I do have some of my favorite VCR tapes when I grew up, which I got some WWF pay-per-views, backyard wrestling, some really cool things here, some Coliseum ones, because back in the day, man, when I was really into wrestling, guys, I watched all these old school wrestling stuff, which is why I just have so much love and respect for it. And then now let's show you guys the shelves here. So, starting off with this one. This is the TNA shelf with the 6-sided ring, which, oh man, I'm so happy to get back in the Marvel collection. And a lot of these are actually from the 10% I didn't sell in my collection. So I'm very happy about that. So we do have LAX in the background. We have, you know, Voodoo Kid Mafia with Kip and BG James. You know, New Age Outlaws. America's Most Wanted. I did throw a Rhino in there, even though it is an elite. Just didn't really have a place for him. And then over here, we do have the Monster Abyss. A couple Samoa Joes. Ron Killings. R-Truth back in the day. And then we do have a bunch of figures in the ring here looking great. Which, man, I had to put Jeff Jarrett right there. I had to put AJ Styles. And I had to put the instant classic Christian Cage there. And this here is such a cool piece in the collection. This is Kurt Angle's mouth guard. I got this for my birthday when I was 10 years old. I'm so happy to still have it in the collection. I think it looks really good right in the ring there. With the rest of the Marvels, this is a collection I still want to, you know, add more characters to. So I am very happy with it so far. Down here now, we got the New Generation shelf. Always in the intro, you see this thing light up. I wish it would stay light up like throughout the whole thing, but it doesn't. But it's just a really cool piece. Something I really enjoyed. The only thing I really wanted in that New Generation Mattel, you know, set. But we do have a bunch of figures here all over the place, which you can see some of them there. A lot of really cool, unique characters. We got the new Paul Bearer with the Undertaker looking good. And then let's get to this side. We do have some other characters all throughout here looking good. Vader in the background. We got the Goon, London Boys. We got Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Natural Disasters. And then I do have a little, you know, display thing here. I wish that I was able to fit them fully on the shelves. But these are some of my favorite ones. The Narcissus, which I do also have signed in package. We have Goldust, Isaac Yankem, which that was, you know, Kane's first character back in the day. That was a exclusive, I believe, San Diego. We have the USA Lex Luger, 1-2-3 Kid, Razor Ramon, Ultimate Warrior. We have Shawn Michaels and Sensational Sherry, Legion of Doom, which this is, you know, one of those rare, hard, older Elite figures to find. We have the Honky Tonk Man. We have Rhythm and Blues, because we do have the Greg Hammer Valentine, which I really like. We have Tatanka, which one of my favorite guys I met. New Generation. Bob Backlund, my mom's favorite. And then right up in the front, we have Mr. Perfect with the Intercontinental Championship. my favorite Shawn Michaels figure, Bret the Hitman Hart, and Yokozuna, which, man, I can't wait for that ultimate Yokozuna. But now we go down here to this shelf. I have some of my Funko sodas, because back in, 2020 to like 2022, I was crazy in the Funko Pops. So I have just so many, miscellaneous ones here. I will, give it a second. Some Disney ones in the background, which I'm more of a Nickelodeon kid. You guys all know that. Some Ad Icon cereals. Scooby-Doo characters right there in the front, which I got in like a lunchbox, which is cool. Freddy Funko, original. Some more Ad Icons. We got Lucky, Bazooka Joe, the Cheeto, Captain Crunch, all those. We have the Tootsie Pop Owl, some really nice ones. We even have the Christmas ones in the background there, Hermie, and we have Rudolph in them, Joker, we have Jay Silent Bob, and a bunch of more cereal ones, which is cool. And then I do have some Funko Pops here, some of my favorite ones, the Ad Icons, which they all go way back in there, which I'm not going to show you every single one. I might do a Funko video eventually to show you my entire collection, but those are some of my favorite ones. Then we do have The Simpsons here, and I also do have Mick Foley's book, The Most Miserable Christmas. So now getting into shelf number 2. Right here, guys, this is my early 2010s CM Punks and women figures. Going all around here, looking great. As always, just some really cool figures in there that I love. And eventually I am getting D-Tops, which should be, getting set up pretty soon. Because I am getting sick of these, black shelves here. I kind of wish I got white ones, but of course, in the front here, we do have CM Punk and John Cena. Then we just have a bunch of great figures, all, in there, looking great. Some great figures. Then we go down here to the NXT shelf, which right now, for risers, I am using, old, my old WWF, VCR tapes to, level them out. So it isn't the best, but definitely something different a lot of people haven't done. But one of my favorite collections that I built pretty quickly was my NXT shelf. There's Tyler Breeze with the selfie stick. One of my favorite underrated characters at the time. There they are. We got Pat McAfee. That's from the War Games match. We got the Lone Wolf. That's, all the way back there, just chilling, looking good. Then we even have, Elias with the guitar. Elias was one of my favorite, characters. And then right up front, we do have Seth Rollins, part of the NXT line. We have Kyle O'Reilly, we got Bobby Fish. Then we do have the Wyatt family here. Gotta pay homage to, Brody Lee and Wyndham. So we do have Bray Wyatt there, which, man, these figures, my fiance got me for my birthday a couple years ago. So happy to have them. I just really want to get a rocking chair, though, for that Bray Wyatt. And then we do have the rest of Undisputed Era, which we do have Adam Cole, which they are all wearing the War Games gear. We got Roderick Strong, which I had to put him in the wheelchair because the whole Adam thing. Adam! Absolutely hilarious. I know it doesn't fit the NXT shelf, but sometimes you gotta have fun, guys. And I gotta have my good buddy there, Carmelo Hayes. Christian Casanova, gotta support, the guys that, I got to watch, start from the bottom and work their way to the top. And he's one of my favorites. Coming down here, we do have my Attitude Era shelf, which we do have 2 parts of this. So here's the first part, which I kind of like the way I organized it here. We do have a Raw's War sign. We do have the Nation of Domination. No Rocky Maivita, but I do have, Mark Henry, D'Lo, and Farouk. Then over here, we do have the DX, the Army pack, which I can never find that Billy Gunn. That is one I do need to complete this, just like the Rocky Maivita. So weird. And then we do have Ministry of Darkness, which I do need to get myself another Ministry Undertaker to really, bring that set to life. And then over here, we do have, some of, My favorite Attitude Era guys, we do have Chainsaw Charlie. We got all the Mick Foleys here, except for the brown Mankind, but we do have Cactus Jack. We do have the face, you know, Mankind, Dude Love, Commissioner Foley, Hell in the Cell Foley. We got British Bulldog from Heart Foundation. We have Edge and Christian, which, oh, I do love these ones a lot. We do have the Brood Christian, which we had a Gangrel and Edge with that. We got Jeff Hardy, wish we had a Matt Hardy like that, but we do got Lita here. And then we got Diamond Dallas Page from 2001. We have Kane, which came with the Ultimate Edition ring, and Trish Stratus. And then right here in the front, of course, we got the DX going all around. We got Rick Rude, we got Triple H, we got Chyna, we got X-Pac, we got the New Age Outlaws with the Tag Team Championships, and Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 14. Believe it or not, I never replaced my original Shawn. This is not the Greatest Hits one. This is the original Shawn Michaels from that WrestleMania 30 pack. This right here is the Bone Crunchers that I have rebuilt, and oh man, I'm already running out of room, guys. Holy crap. But we got all of them all around there. We got DOA, we got the Goblins, we got Headbangers, Al Snow, Kane, Dan Severin, Don Callis, the Jackal, we have Jim Ross, we even have Kurgan right there in the front. And then behind this box, we do have some ECW figures. I just don't have a lot of them to really display yet. I will hopefully one day. We do have Blackheart, you know, Owen Hart there. We do have an exclusive Rock Jack Pacific Toy Fair figure. And we even have, you know, Marlena. And then we also have another one of these white shelves, similar to my New Generation, which, man, we got Bret Hart, Owen, Jerry, we got Oddman. We got Luna, we got Shawn, British Bulldog, Triple H, Steve Blackman, Hardcore Holly, we got Mankind in the brown, we got Cactus Jack, Dude Love, we got all the Mankinds there. We got Sable right in the front, we got two Sables in here. This Sable is actually from my original collection. We have Mark Miro, which I wish they would make a Mattel out of. We have Taka Makuku, Brian Christopher, Jacqueline, X-Pac, Val Venus, and The Rock, and Double J, and Shawn. And this is just a great line here. I do love me some Bone Crunchers. Oh, and then in the background, we do have a 4-pack. Found that at Zombie Hideout, my go-to toy store. Just such a great, you know, line here. So underrated. Love the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast for, you know, talking about, you know, 1997 and 1998. Because this definitely really got me into, you know, collecting these again. And then coming down here, we do have a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. I do have my AEW stage. Do have my Jurassic Express, you know, ringside exclusive. I have this really cool Titantron figure. I do have a love and appreciation for Jakks because that's what I grew up on. And this is just great packaging. Jericho giving The Rock the Walls of Jericho. You don't get this type of packaging anywhere. Then I do have, you know, a really cool old school WWF Post magazine right there, which I just keep there. We got the one Billy Gunn. This is one of my favorite figures in my Fig Fed. So I do have that. And then I do have the Melkomania, which this was a really cool box set for its time. I got this on Shop WWE. And this is, you know, when Stone Cold and Stephanie were a part of the Alliance with Kurt Angle and the Milk, and I had to get that signed from Kurt Angle. Just such a great figure here, the Melkomania. Such a fun, you know, box set. I do love when, you know, wrestling figure companies do that. But yeah, that is shelf number 2. Starting things off now at shelf number 3, we do have the main roster shelf right here, which it's growing very, very fast because right now we're in a boom period. Because I will only get figures I like. I'm not really a completist, but we got the Judgment Day here. We got Edge from Elite 102. We got Damian Priest from like Elite 89. R-Truth. We got Finn Balor. We got Mommy. And of course we got Dirty Dom. which it's really cool. I found that bandana. I think it looks really good on him. Then we got some of my favorite ones right there. We got Gunter, the Ring General, Cody Rhodes. We got Cowboy Brock, Ultimate AJ, Randy Orton. And then over on this side, we have the Bloodline, just looking really freaking good. I can't wait for that Ultimate Roman. I do need to add that to, you know, the front of that shelf. And then we have a bunch of other characters here, which, such a great, you know, great figures Mattel is producing. And I can't wait to update that Otis, which should be pretty soon because I just got my package in. So I will be reviewing those videos next. But we do have also the basic, you know, LA Knight in there. Yeah. And we do have the Street Profits. We got the Miz. And then we even have, you know, the Burnt Fiend right there. And we also do have the regular Fiend. And right in the middle, we got Seth freaking Rollins, man. One of my favorite figures of the year for 2023. And now we go to my childhood right here. This is the Ruthless Aggression shelf. Probably one of my favorite shelves because the VCRs, they are all Ruthless Aggression that I'm using as risers. Some really cool ones. Like, man, I miss, like, Judgment Day. I miss these pay-per-views. So good. But look at this entire collection. This is definitely one I'm really proud of. And it's all thanks to, you know, the Ruthless Aggression line. But we got them all around, which there's so many of them, so can't really explain them, but I will show you guys what we have. I do love me that Edge and Tori Wilson, Jeff Hardy, Edge from Mania 22, a bunch of Rey Mysterios, Dom from the custody match, Eddie Guerrero, which I also do have in package, Scott Steiner, Triple H with the biker shorts, Brock Lesnar, Goldberg. And then we even have, you know, we have The Rock, Hollywood Rock. And then, man, we got Mickey James, Trish Stratus, Boogeyman in the background, JBL, Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, SummerSlam 2005, Shelton Benjamin, RVD, Kane. We have Undertaker, Eddie Guerrero, Randy Orton. And then in the front here, we do have Eric Bischoff and Stone Cold. I was so happy when they came out with this Eric Bischoff. And of course, my childhood hero here, John Cena, which of course we got the Thugonomics, we got Draft Day, we got the Hustle, Loyalty, Respect, and we even have Cena from like 2008. And then coming down here, the second part of my Attitude Era shelf, I do have this Raw display in the background as well, just to add some more, you know, to it, which I really do like this a lot. We have, you know, Big Show, we have American Badass Undertaker, Psycho Sid, Paul Bearer, one of the newer, you know, elite figures in there, Undertaker Kane, Godfather, Ken Shamrock, Sexual Chocolate with Mae Young. I love the way I have that posed in there. Then we have, of course, Rock and Hogan from Mania 17, one of the best WrestleManias of all time. We have Gerald Briscoe, Pat Patterson. We have Too Cool. I wish we'd get a Grandmaster Sexay. We have Kurt Angle, Big Boss Man, Shane O'Mac, Chris Jericho. In the middle here, we of course have Austin versus McMahon. This was the rivalry of the Attitude Era. Then we have Eddie Guerrero. We have Shawn Michaels from, you know, 1997, Royal Rumble, part of the Defining Moments set. Molly Holly, Ultimate Rock in the front and center. Then we do have Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon. Probably my favorite Triple H of all time. And then right in the middle, we have American Badass Undertaker on the motorcycle. This doesn't get better than this. My Attitude Era, you know, loose collection is definitely one of my favorite collections that I do have. So now we get into the WCW shelf. For a while, I had these mixed up with the Attitude Era, but the collection, you know, grows. You gotta make the changes, and I am really happy with my results so far in this WCW collection. Probably should put something in the background of it just to add some more, you know, more stuff to it, but we do have Mean Mark Callis there. We got Rick Steiner. We got Stunning Steve. Couple Rays. AJ Styles from 2001 before they got out of business. We got some of the Four Horsemen members. We got Stacy, who I'm going to be meeting this March. Very excited. We have Goldberg with the United States Championship. We have Hulk Hogan when he debuted. We have Sting right there looking really good. We have Surfer Sting, I should say. Dean Malenko, Bam Bam Bigelow, Terry Funk, DDP, Macho Man NWO. We have Hollywood Hulk Hogan right there in the front. We got Paulie Dangerously. We got Bret Hart, Lex Luger, The Outsiders, you know, Kevin Nash, and we even have Scott Hall over here. We got the Nature Boy Ric Flair with his long hair, and then right in the front, I couldn't think of anybody better than the icon himself, Sting. Such a great figure, which I do have this, you know, in the package as well, which I will show you guys later on in the video. And then we come down here to some of my Jack figures. I will have a better, you know, display for them, you know, next time probably, because I have been getting back into these slowly but surely. We do have, you know, my Jon Moxley book that I am currently reading. I do have the Jurassic Express exclusives. And then some of my favorite, you know, Jack Pacific figures here. Part of the Ruthless Aggressions lines. We have the Mexicools. We got Kid Cash, Carlito, Rico. And the goal with these are, I do want to just get miscellaneous characters for the most part that I know Mattel isn't going to make. Like, tell me they're going to make a Simon Dean. They're not going to do that. Maven, look at that. Just, this is the collection I want to grow. I want to do a lot of miscellaneous characters that I know we're not going to get Mattel ones of. Like Muhammad Hassan, he is one of my favorites. So, to have that, you know, in the collection is really cool. And then the one piece that I love in this collection that I got at the Wrestling Universe store that's in the background, we have this, you know, Hardcore Championship Spike Dudley figure, and I never knew this came out when I was a kid. Just like, you know, the Kenzo Suzuki, which is right here in the collection. Never knew this came out. So, like, my goal, you know, I want to get figures I didn't have in my, you know, original collection back in the day. But definitely really cool. But guys, that was shelf number 3. Alrighty, so here is the last shelf we have here. And it's just a bunch of cool miscellaneous Nickelodeon stuff here. I like to call this, you know, my nostalgia shelf. Which we do have SpongeBob in the Paddy Wagon. We got Plankton, Cat Dog. I have this really cool speaker that I got in a Nickelodeon box, which was cool. And then we have my Fairy Odd Parents 3-pack, which this was my #1 pop of 2023. Bunch of little cars, Toy Story ones, some SpongeBob figures. And then we got the Rugrats, you know, Paris, VCR back there. Then we have Goddard, which, man, I do love that Goddard toy that I did find. And then we even have, you know, more SpongeBob characters. And my Nickelodeon Guts medal I got in a Nick box a while back. Then we come down here, which, man, a bunch of more miscellaneous stuff. There's me. That's the Pop Yourself. Such a cool thing Funko did. We got Phil and Lil. We got, you know, Tommy. Bunch of stuffed animals here. Some plushes. Reptar, SpongeBob, Patrick. We even got the Reptar bar hanging up. Legends of the Hidden Temple. Then we even have SpongeBob's spatula, which I found that at Spirit Halloween, which was cool. Then we even have, you know, Bubble Buddy. I threw Homer Simpson there, I don't know why. SpongeBob, Patrick, Best Friends 2-pack. We got a yo-yo. Another little car there from Blue's Clues. Best One Network, my old, you know, YouTube. I wanted to have a spot for that cool little plaque, which is really nice. I think I'm going to get one made, We Are Wrestling, eventually. And then we have the Nickelodeon Guts Trophy, which does light up, but I've just been super lazy to light it up, and it's not really seen in my background, which sucks, so I do need to find a better light for it. Then we go down here, we have a lot of my Nickelodeon and, you know, nostalgia figures here, which is cool. It goes all around. We got some Double Dare shot glasses back there. We have a bunch of figures here. We got Arnold. We got Gerald. We have my Reptar Funko Soda. We got Sonic, Chuck E. Cheese. We have Chucky from Rugrats. My Super 7 Ultimate SpongeBob, Donnie Thornberry, Cat Dog, Angelica, Tommy. And a lot of these cool figures I actually found at Five Below, guys. So I highly, if you're into Nickelodeon stuff, man, Five Below is a sick place. Then we do have Gary, which did come with that SpongeBob. And we have this Squidward's house, like that's, you know, supposed to be for an aquarium, but you know me. SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, and another SpongeBob I got in a Nick box. And a couple cool cars that my buddy Cam gave me. We got Chuck E. Cheese and Rocket Power, which was my favorite show from Nickelodeon. But yeah, some pretty cool figures there. Come down here to this shelf, the last shelf. We do have some Funko Pops here. Nickelodeon, which this is, you know, my favorite line to collect when it comes to Funkos. That, you know, we do have a bunch of them behind, but these are like my favorite ones. Which, you know, we do have Squidward, we got Eliza from the Wild Thornberries, we have Freddy Funko with the Nickelodeon blimp, such a cool piece in the collection. Then we have, you know, Danny Phantom, Patrick, we got Mr. Krabs, a couple of the cool SpongeBob memes, and then we have Sandy Cheeks as well. Such great pops. I wish we would get more Nickelodeon pops, you know, through time, but we're just gonna have to wait. Then we come down here, just more miscellaneous ones, some of my Toy Story pops, and a couple, you know, retro toys as well, which I love that Trouble one, and I do love that Ouija board, and just a bunch of pops behind it as well that you can't see. So now we go to this wall here. I have a bunch of my cool rare figures from, you know, AEW, all on this wall here that I'm going to show you. So up here at the top, we do have the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, Remco style figures here. They're limited, you know, 1,500. We have Matt Cardona, which is the only one I do need to get signed. We have Smart Mark Sterling, you know, one of my buddies, man. Absolutely love him. And we do have Brian Myers as well. I got that signed at a Creator Pro show. But the referee I did skip out on. I didn't really see the point of having a generic ref, but this is really cool here. We got almost all three of these signed, which is cool. But now we go down to our AEW figures. Starting off, I have the rare 1 of 3,000, signed by Ricky Starks himself, which all these autographs, man, I have to get signed myself. That is the rule in my collection. Then we have the 1 of 3,000 MJF signed. That's from the time he was part of Proud and Powerful. We have the 1 of 5,000 Chris Jericho. Such a cool figure. Shop AEW, 1 of 3,000 MJF. And we have a 1 of 3,000 Chris Jericho as well. Shop AEW. Then we go down here. We got MJF, 1 of 1,000. That was one of my gifts I got for Christmas. Such a great figure. I can't wait to get that signed in March when I meet him at the big event. We have John Moxley, 1 of 5,000. Such an underrated figure right here. Then we have Cody Rhodes in, you know, the gray suit here. I got that signed at, I believe it was Heroes Hideout in Albany. Then we have the 1 of 500 Darby Allin, which, such a great figure. Just like this one, the 1 of 500 John Moxley, which at the time, they used to have a lot of these were, you know, very limited. I wish we had that 1 of 500 Cody, but yeah, we don't have that. 1 of 1,000, I think. Then we come down here. This is the very first chase I got in a Ringside Collectibles box. Jake Hager, 1 of 3,000. One of the worst figures, in my opinion. We have Excalibur, Ringside Collectibles exclusive. Jim Ross exclusive, which I got that signed at the Wrestling Universe. Tony Schiavone, which I really hope I can meet him someday. And then we have one of my newer figures, the 1 of 3,000, Shawn Spears. So now, coming down here, we have my 1 of 5,000 Bunny figure. I wish that this was a regular one in the line, but it is what it is. Then we have one of my newer figures here. We have the Shop AEW 1 of 3,000. I got this at AEW World's End, which, you know, I honestly got it because I wanted the figure, but it did come signed, so, you know, that is one of my exceptions that I made because I have met Eddie Kingston in the past. But I am getting this in the mail, and if I do meet him again, I will be getting my other figures signed. We have the 1 of 5,000 Anna J. I found that at a GameStop. Then we have the Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer, 1 of 3,000. Then we got Hook, 1 of 5,000 there. Then we come down here, we have a couple Shop AEWs. We got Jade Cargill and Hook. And a couple empty spaces for, you know, a couple more chases that I could fit. I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of space here, guys. So now, guys, I got my Devil Mask. I got that at World's End. And then we have Series 1 AEW figures. These are all original painted ones. These are not the version 2s. So we do have Cody Rhodes here. We got that signed. Such a great piece. Then we have, you know, Chris Jericho as well, which is cool. And then we come down here. We got Kenny Omega. We got Brandy Rhodes. And then we got the Elvis-inspired gear, Matt and Nick Jackson as well. And then we come down here. We have my only brawling buddy here, $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. He's one of my favorite old school wrestlers. I just love the character. It was inspired for my character back in DITB1, Don Styles. And then we have the AEW World Championship replica, which, man, such a beautiful title. And then down here, I have a couple of my binders with all my 8x10s. I have my Wrestling Encyclopedia, my WWE Encyclopedia, and I have my trading card binder there, which I just got for Christmas. And then we come over to here. These are all my PS4 and PS2 games. Just, you know, have a bunch of them. And a couple of my Net Pops. I just didn't know where to put them, so we put them right here. And then I even have my Todd Gurley Funko Pop there. I am a Rams and a Brooklyn Nets fan, in case you didn't know. Then we got CM Punk autograph and John Cena autograph I got when I was a kid at a WWE live event. And then right here I got a really cool turnbuckle from the Wrestling Classic, which, you know, We Are Wrestling, we are a vendor for. We'll be there in March 2024 as a vendor, so we'll be selling merchandise and a bunch of cool things in the Springfield, Mass area. And then up here we have one of my favorite tapes that I got when I was a kid, Backyard Wrestling. I don't know why my dad or my mom would let me watch it. A couple McDonald's toys there, pretty cool. So now, this begins my Defining Moments collection. We have the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes signed, and then we come down here, we got Shawn Michaels. These are all ringside collectible exclusives. My favorite line is the Defining Moments. Then we have, you know, Mankind here. Got that signed by Mick Foley. Such a cool piece. And we got Bret the Hitman Hart, which I do like how smaller the new Defining Moment boxes are because there's more space. Alrighty, so starting things off over in my little entertainment center section here, I do have this really cool cardboard Jay White that I found. I got at an AEW show. Such a cool piece. And we even got the Ringside Collectibles, the latest catalog. This is just very nostalgia to me, so I try to always keep one on me. Just brings me back to those good memories. And then we'll start up here, top of the TV. We have a few of my Defining Moment ones. We have Chris Jericho. We got the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And then right here we have all 4 Mick Foleys here. All the faces custom signed with a bunch of different ones. We have the Mankind. We have Cactus Jack. We have Mick Foley himself. And we have Dude Love. Then we even have this entrance great Chris Jericho right in the middle, which fits absolutely perfect. And a really cool Richard Jefferson figure just sitting there about to dunk a ball. And then over here we have Sting Defining Moment figure. Such one of my favorite figures I do have signed in the collection. And we have Ministry Undertaker. And then right here we do have, you know, the TV, which you guys could see me. I'm holding the big boy here, so the grind is real. But yeah, we have the TV here. And then over on my entertainment center, we do have a couple cool miscellaneous stuff on my little risers. We have Defining Moments Ric Flair, which I wish I had this, you know, when I got the other one signed. Then we do have Brie Bella. We have a Daniel LaRusso figure. And then we have my Family Guy Funko Pops. We have Peter, Stewie, Brian, one of my old school $1 Million Mans. A couple NBA figures, car, a bowling trophy, because that is one of my favorite hobbies to do outside. YouTube is bowling. Then I have my Mr. Sacco right there, and Kevin Durant. Miss you in Brooklyn, buddy. Then we have my autographed ball here. Jason Kidd signed it at the Basketball Hall of Fame. And I finally love the way it looks, because I did finally get an old school Jason Kidd figure. And it just looks so good in this display. And I got a book from my buddy Tyrone, The History of the Nets. I can't wait to read that. Then we come down here. We do have the other half of the Bellas. We have Nikki, a bottle I got in Barkley, which was really cool. John Cena, Thugonomics, Defining Moments. Then a couple more Cobra Kai, Karate Kid figures here. We have John Kreese and Johnny Lawrence. That is one of my favorite shows and movies. Then we have the old school $1 Million Man here. A couple more NBA figures. Anthony Davis cards signed. Got that years ago. We have Jason Kidd. A couple dice. And yeah, that's the top of the entertainment center. Then we're going to come down here to my AEW Supremes. We have Series 1 completed, all autographed. We have Cody Rhodes, we have Dr. Britt Baker, and we even have the Walmart Cody Rhodes as well. Just, man, the Supremes are one of my favorite lines, just like Defining Moments. Then we come down here, Walmart Kenny Omega, which I do have the other Kenny Omega behind it from Series 2 that nobody can find. I'm very surprised. That's why you guys got to go to ringside, man. Then we come down here, my favorite Supreme, CM Punk, which I do have a couple of them, you know, loose. Looking really good there. One of my favorite CM Punk figures of all time. Then we got Malachi Black, another rare figure people can't find. Then down here, we have the Lucha Brothers. We have Rey Fenix and Penta. And a bunch of controllers for my PS2. Starting things off on the left side of, you know, my entertainment center, we do have the WWE Championship replica, my favorite championship of all time because of John Cena, my absolute favorite. We come down here, I have a couple really cool Defining Moment figures, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Macho Man, and Bret the Hitman Hart. Such great figures. And then just threw, you know, a little Mortal Kombat figure there. And I have this Rock figure because this was my very first figure in my collection. I do have a display for him coming in very soon that I can't wait to put him in. This is just my very first figure, and I stole it from my cousin. And that's how I got into wrestling figures. Then we come down here, guys. We do have my PS2, my favorite gaming console of all time. I'm not a super gaming, you know, person, but man, I loved playing this game when I was a kid. We do have Vince Carter, nice little, you know, Pop magazine cover, Trouble, nice little basketball hoop. But there's that, and then we come down here. I have a couple of my Los Angeles Rams Super Bowl bobbleheads here. Matt Stafford, Aaron Donald, got my Rams cup there. We do have my baseball trophy from when I was a kid, and my rare pair of Jordan 12 OVOs. I used to be a sneakerhead. Jordan 12s, they are my favorite, and such a great shoe. Then we come down here, we do have my Rated R Championship which I'm glad that this is in somewhat good condition because I got this when I was a kid. Now, the right side of my entertainment center, we have my US spinner, John Cena, man, my absolute favorite there, which I had this when I was a kid. I had the kid version of it, and yeah, that thing got destroyed horribly. If you want to check that out, the video is on the channel. Then we come down here, more defining moments. We have Undertaker, Stone Cold, John Cena, Draft Day, and Triple H. Absolutely love the display. And then I just threw this Undertaker in the casket in here because I lost space in my new generation shelf. But really cool figure in it. I really like it in the casket. Then we come down here, more Brooklyn Nets stuff because I'm a Nets fan. We have, you know, my Jason Williams white chocolate magazine cover. He's, you know, one of my, you know, favorite players of all time, just with his flashy passes and stuff. Pretty cool. Then I have my Kevin Garnett bobblehead, one of my first Brooklyn Net things I ever purchased. I got my souvenir cup from the Nets game I went to versus Miami, which we won. Got my basketball trophy from when I was younger, because I am a baller. We got Ray Allen autographed. A couple of my favorite cards. Jared Allen autograph. Miss him in Brooklyn. Then we have a Darren Williams figure right there, looking pretty damn cool. Then we come down here. We do have more Ram bobbleheads. Super Bowl, Cooper Cup Pop, and Odell Beckham, which, man, I miss him in LA. But I do have the black pair of OVOs as well. Jordan 12s, and then we come down here, we got the World Heavyweight Championship. Then we come over to this laundry room door, and of course I do have stuff on it. I do have this Devon Dudley signed here. Pretty cool piece, Legends of the Hidden Temple. A really cool Jeff Hardy figure I found in the wild. I'm going to be keeping that in the package. Then we have this really cool Undertaker 1 of 100 poster that I got at the Dead Man Show in Boston, November 25th, which this one is, come down here, 35 of 100. Such a great piece for the collection, even threw that on there. Just, man, such a great show. If Dead Man Show comes near you, highly recommend going to it. Then I have a couple of my older Mattels here. I have my CM Punk in the pink gear. My favorite CM Punk. I hope we get that in like an Ultimate or an Elite. Hopefully this year or next year. Then I do have the Bellas, the Battle Pack here, signed by both Nikki and Brie. I met them at the big event in New York. And then I have my Young Bucks right there, Nick and Matt Jackson. And one of my old VIP tickets from back in the day. My dad, you know, we used to go to WWE live shows a lot, and we got the VIPs. But yeah, pretty cool stuff on this little door. I do have my Ruthless Aggression figures here. I do have the Hollywood. We got Hollywood Rock right there, chilling. Then we come down here. We got Eric Bischoff. Can't wait to get that signed at the Wrestling Classic. Very excited to meet him. Then we have Rob Van Dam. Such a great figure there. And then we got Shelton Benjamin. I will be getting that signed in February. We got Torrie Wilson. I'm going to be getting that signed in March. Then we got Kevin Nash, NWO. And we got The Undertaker, which down here I do have one of my Pop Classic Vaults, Lutzy, and then over here we have Logan Paul on this side here. We have the Gobbledygooker in the background there. And then we come up. Eddie Guerrero Funko Pop on the Low Rider. A cool little John Cena figure I got when I was a kid. We have the mini Undisputed Championship, which is cool. DJ Khaled in the background. And then over here, we have my Luminaires collection King of Hearts Owen Hart exclusive. Then we have a couple of my old school items. I got my Undertaker Hall of Fame coin, the old WWF Championship, Andre Hulk Hogan Funko Pop, and then up here, one of my favorite pieces, we have the Hook figure, which this is the very first figure he signed for a fan, which I do have the inscriptive in there, and it's JSA approved. So that is just such a great piece for the collection there. So now on this beam here, my buddy, he is going to be making me some shelves because I am going to be adding some stuff to this. So definitely stay tuned. So now guys, time to show you some of my stuff on my office side here, which we do have a bunch of, cool figures here, which we do have the WWE Legends Edge, which I got that signed at an event there. Pretty cool. Ken Shamrock, one of my favorites. Diamond Dallas Page. Whoop. DDP. And then we also have Molly Holly. I apologize for, not getting you guys the best shot. This ductwork right here, nothing I can really do about that. But, up over here now, we do have my Brooklyn Nets clock, which I do love that neon clock. I threw one of my original Angry Birds there because I used to collect those. And I have a cool Jellyfish Field sign right there. Pretty cool. Then we go over to here. This is my AEW women's wall here, which it is expanding a little bit. So starting off, we do have Red Velvet. We got Dr. Britt Baker, Ty Mello, Chris Statlander. Then we come down, we got Penelope Ford. I really want to meet her and get that signed soon. Anna Jay, Ruby Soho, and we have Nyla Rose. And then we come down here, another Thunder Rosa, Jamie Hayter, Jade Cargill, and Rio. Which, my Sheeta, I don't know where I put it, but it's somewhere, I just didn't have room. Oh yeah, there she is. You come down here, and there she is. There's Sheeta. And then I do have my replica WWE World Tag Team Championship. Signed by the Dudleys, the Hardys. The only one that needs to sign this belt is Christian. So that's a really cool piece I do have. And then here's where all my editing and all my videos happen, right here on this desk, which is somewhat clean for once in my life, which I will show you guys, my desk. So over here we do have a couple cool things. We do have my little MJF museum. I have this really cool artwork of MJF, looking really cool, and then him winning the championship with, a 9 graded card of his. I do have my Fandango figure signed there. Then I do have my Jey Uso, which is the giveaway for my We Are Wrestling Patreon. So if you want to win a Jey Uso, become a We Are Wrestling Maniac tier. We're going to be doing that for the whole month of January. And I just have a bunch of cool miscellaneous stuff all right here. So now I got my little Beast PC, a bunch of my hard drives under there. Got my laptop, my planner, because doing YouTube full-time and working, I gotta have a planner. Got some gumballs right there. Got my lights. That's where my camera normally goes, but I have it in my hands. I have my 2 monitors here. Currently editing the We Are Wrestling podcast, which you can watch every Saturday over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcast. Got my keyboard, all that good stuff. Got a couple figures just all around, nothing special. And I got my microphone as well with, my speakers. And I do have a Bray Wyatt fedora, which is nice. So now starting things off with my AEW figures, we do have the Adam Cole figure signed. Bay, we got Ricky Starks. MJF, which he did sign that with the black Sharpie. I'm so mad about that. Then we come down here, we got Wardlow. Samoa Joe, can't wait to have that signed in August. Then we have Hook coming down. Adam Cole, the Target exclusive. Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara. And then over here we got Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes, Orange Cassidy. Then we do have Malachi, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk. And then we have the Lucha Brothers right there chilling. And then we got Pac. And then we got CM Punk. But now getting up to this side, we do have my Sting AEW Walmart exclusive Luminaire signed. MJF, another figure that he signed in black Sharpie. Might have to get that fixed. Darby Allin, Britt Baker, and Wardlow. And then we come down. We have my Dark Order. We do have Stu, Brody, Johnny Hungy, and Evil Uno, and another Sting figure. Coming down, we have the Natural Dustin Rhodes, Darby Allin, which I love this, I don't know why, Matt Hardy, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Danhausen. Then we come down here, Frankie Kazarian, Ortiz, Sammy, Santana. We got Ray Phoenix, Pentagon. I'm mad, I need to get that signed by Ray. I will be this year. Then we have FTR, which is cool. Jungle Boy, Taz, Scorpio, and Walmart Chris Jericho. And then over here, I do have my super bad Kip Sabian. I have my Lance Archer. We have Christian Cage, Walmart Eddie Kingston. Then we do have the John Moxley regular. We got Brian Cage. Then we do have Kenny Omega and CM Punk. But then we come up to here. We have all my champions, which I kind of like the way I did this. Pretty cool. We got Jericho, Moxley, Kenny Omega, Hangman, John Moxley, Miro, and Wardlow. Pretty damn cool. And then we get to the door here that leads to the We Are Wrestling Arena. And we do have my Andrade figure just lonely chilling here. I need to find a home for him. And we have this really cool net sign. And I gotta take a picture of this and show Matt Cardona because I have this broski parking only. I might have to get that sign just for shits and giggles, just to piss him off. But then we do have my couple wristbands here, Undisputed Era, and my Nexus when I was a kid. Alrighty guys, I think it's time to open this door and show you the rest of my collection. So here we go. Alrighty guys, so welcome to the hidden spot of, the studio tour. And we are in the basement, so there is a bunch of, plumbing stuff, so this isn't really fully finished, but I do have some of my old DITB1 posters here, back when I did competition shows. We got my Jeff Jarrett guitar, I got it at a TNA show. Over here, my $1 Million title, and my Brooklyn Nets little banner there. Also on top of here, I do have my little Raw truck. So then you come into here, let's see, I got my little jukebox right here. So when I'm doing my little, videos, I can, play some podcasts on there because it is Bluetooth. And then I do have a couple cool basketball things there. And then I got my filing cabinet. I just store a bunch of stuff in there, to be honest with you. But the cool part is what I have on top of the filing cabinet, and that is my, this is like my 80s, I'd say my 80s shelf of like my older school wrestlers. We have a bunch of them in there, chilling. Hulk and Andre looking at each other, Superfly over there, flying off the cage. Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Harley Race, Mean Gene, Howard Finkel, my favorite announcer of all time, George the Animal Steel, we got Sarge, we got Dusty, and we even have Iron Sheik hanging on the cage over there. Pretty damn cool. And then I have some of my loose AEW figures. These are like, some of my favorite ones, so I do keep most of them mint on card. We do have my Darby exclusive in the background. We got Jericho, Punk, MJF, Powerhouse Hobbs, Darby, Chris Statlander, MJF, all of these guys. And then the front, Samoa Joe, Kingston, and Omega. Plus, I do have this really old school Pumpin' John Cena. Thought that this was a cool thing I found in the wild. And then we do have Muhammad Ali as the referee, Hulk Hogan, Roddy, and $1 Million Man with my Mega Powers 2-pack. And then we do have my Cynthia doll right there, and my vinyl from the Uncle Drew movie, because I am a huge basketball fan. And we got the water heater right here, which was brand new when I built the studio. So then I do have this shelf here, a bunch of miscellaneous stuff, just have nowhere to put it. Got a bunch of Funko Pops here. I also got a bunch of trading cards. I am going to be doing a video pretty soon opening those up. My very first replica championship when I was a kid was this United States Championship. It's definitely, you know, taking a beating, but we have it chilling there. Also, a bunch of extra Defender cases got from Ringside, and this is my little media console. I just throw a bunch of miscellaneous stuff, all my paint markers and stuff, bunch of figures I do need to do unboxings for. And then in this drawer, I do have a bunch of extra figures I just don't know what to do with, to be honest with you. Got all my stream stuff in there for when I do the live watch-alongs with, you know, Ben. And then I do have a bunch of other cool things in there. But, you know, this area is just all messy. Not really the most organized, but at least I know where everything is. Got my ECW Kids title. Got this little snake. It's a nice little gag gif I got. Hornswoggle right there. And this is my oil tank right here. Gotta take advantage of all the use. And then we do have my Nets canvas right there of the arena. Looking pretty cool. And then over here we got a couple of my NBA loose Funko Pops. My Allen Iverson plaque. And Kyrie, James Harden, and KD signature. And then we got more figures here. We got Chris Candido, ECW, and the Chase LA Knight. Yeah. Then we come down here. Got my Brooklyn Nets 3D foam logo. I do want to find a better spot for that, to be honest with you. And I got my Nets fan cave. Also my little tripod chilling right there. And then on my oil tank, a couple magnets from 2K. Got a nice little Nets, you know, foam finger, Julius Erving signature, Ben Simmons signature. I found that at like a card show back in like 2017. And one of my favorite players, Karl Anthony Towns. And this right here, guys, is the We Are Wrestling Arena, which, you know, I do have a table. I got this at Walmart, the table, but under here I got all my extra stuff, extra figures. I got some of my box sets. Bunch of things all here that just can't fit the studio right now. And then I got my little table there. This is what I use for, you know, all my figure reviews. I use this rotating plate, which, hey, there's me, which is cool. And then this is the arena for now, which originally I had the stage here, but when I had the stage there, I had no access to this shelf, which used to be my DBTV backdrop back in the day. So like on the shelf here, I do have my Kenny Omega Pop. I got my Cody, Championship Cody signature, Stone Cold IPA. We got Brody Lee. I love this figure with -1, his son. I got Bray Wyatt right next to him. Championship Sammy, a Douglas Cup, pretty cool. And then we got my Hardy's signature, Ringside Collectibles exclusive. We got another, you know, really cool Mankind statued. And then I got some of my boxing Funko Pops and Muhammad Ali and a Snoop Dogg Pop. Pretty cool. And then over here, I do have my Classic Superstar Sabu figure I got signed. We got my CM Punk Elite 16, another nice rare piece, Wrestling Universe store. And my original TNA World Heavyweight Championship signed by Kurt Angle and Sting. This is the title I had when I was a kid. And my God, it's so beautiful. And then I got my signature from when I met Bray Wyatt, WWE VIP Experience 2017, when he was the WWE Champion. Got the figure even like that, you know, this is around the same time. Love that signature. And then I got a bunch of miscellaneous stuff for my figures, all the hands. A lot of miscellaneous stuff in there. We got weapons, a bunch of clothes, extra heads, titles, pretty cool. And then I got some NBA Pops chilling right there in the side. But then we got my little crowd here, which I got this really cool pop-up stage. This was a pain in the ass to set up, so I do got to give a shout out to my fiance for really helping me with that. It means a lot. And I got some really cool things as well, just hanging some of these cool Jack Pacific jukeboxes that used to come with the wrestling figures. And then here it is, man. Pretty damn cool. So we do have the AEW pop-up entrance stage because WWE, we haven't really gotten one. But eventually I do want to customize it. I do want to add like a We Are Wrestling logo to the top of there and get rid of all these AEW, WWE logos and put We Are Wrestling logos. I feel like that'd be cool. But we got this really cool Jericho statue chilling there. Also got the cameraman. He's just, you know, doing his thing, which that was a cool bone cruncher back in the day. Got the dumpster. And then we got a little bit of the crowd, which, man, I love the way I did this. Like, I'm so proud. I know the child in me. I know if I was a kid and I had this set up, I'd be so happy. But there it is, man. We got a bunch of really cool setups here. Looking really good. And then, of course, we got the Attitude Era Raw is War ring that we're using here, which I had to put the Go MJF in the middle there because he's better than you and you know it. Pretty damn cool. We got some ladders around here. We got the table. We even have doors because you got to support indie wrestling, man. They don't go through tables. They go through the doors. And I got my commentary team. I got Jim Ross and old school Vince McMahon. Pretty damn cool. And I also like this entrance stage because I don't know why. I always loved when the ramp connected to the ring. So that is pretty damn cool. And then over here we got Renee and Rick Boogs. That's right. But this is the arena here, guys. Still a lot of work that needs to be done, but honestly, I'm really happy with the results so far. Very happy. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my room tour. Let me know in the comment section below your favorite thing I have in my collection. Let me know. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a best one yet already, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. We have lots of awesome videos coming out this year in 2024. You're not going to want to miss. The link's down in the description below. You can go follow me over on my social medias and other YouTube pages. All that down below. And of course, to all the best ones out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.